Pro Group Management. Workers' comp that works for you.
Welcome to Nevada Newsmakers. On the broadcast today, the gentle giant joins us, George Harris, chairman of Nevadans for Sound Government, here for the whole show on an all-new Nevada Newsmakers. As you know, Reno is booming. Toll's development company is helping it grow with insightful design and development, building community with every project, adding beauty, adding excitement, emphasizing our shared humanity. Reno is becoming bigger. Toll's development is helping it become better, more livable, more enjoyable. To learn more, go to tollsdevelopment.com. tollsdevelopment.com.
The new year is bringing so much fun to Tamarack Casino with cash and free play drawings Thursdays and Saturdays and $40,000 in grand finale giveaways Thursday, February 27th. Your good times are at Tamarack Casino.
Save money and take transit. Did you know you can ride the bus all day for less than what it would cost you for a gallon of gas? Plan your trip now by going to rtcwashoe.com.
Like a traditional handmade basket, retail is woven into the fabric of life in Nevada. From big box to mom and pop, retail supports our communities in countless ways. Jobs for the disabled, team uniforms for kids, help for the elderly, and so much more. Retail employs over 1 in 10 workers. Retail supports Nevada, and we support retail.
RANNV.org.
This is Nevada Newsmakers with host Sam Shad, a no-holds-barred political forum. Now, from the Nevada Newsmakers broadcast headquarters, here is Sam Shad.
And back on Nevada Newsmakers, we're always delighted here at the Ahern Hotel to welcome back to the program George Harris, chairman of Nevadans for Sound Government. The Trump administration is up and running and causing all kinds of, shall we say, excitement. Your thoughts so far?
It's like Christmas every day.
In what way?
Christmas, New Year's, 4th of July. Look, they're pointing out a lot of horrible things, and you know, we're finding out that it's an unfortunate thing that the Biden administration, through a shadow government, because Biden couldn't find his own Easter eggs, we're doing some very horrific things. You know, they found out that the pandemic stuff was all a lie. It did come from Wuhan. In their own reports, they covered it up. That's a despicable, disgusting thing. You know, that whole thing cost Americans probably $4 or $5 trillion. It has hurt a generation of kids in schooling ability. It's sad. But Sam, the icing on the cake is this USAID.
Okay, hang on. Let's back up a second. All right. So if that revelation had been revealed back then, what difference would it have made in terms of the American response, in terms of helping the American people and American businesses to survive this pandemic? I mean, I was in Croatia, and it was fascinating talking to a business owner there who said, America is a rich country. You can afford to shut down. Here we have to go to work. And
you just hit the point, Sam. We should have never shut down. It's an absolute, look, you're talking about a pandemic or disease that you had a 97% chance of surviving. People die every day from influenza. They die every day from certain things. And it's a horrible thing because I don't want to see anybody die. But the fact of the matter is they turned this pandemic into a big cup of bull hockey.
Okay, but
what,
the
Sam?
response started in the Trump administration, as it should have done, because government being the least...
The Trump administration didn't shut anything down. It was all liberal blue states that shut everything down. California was shut down. Costs the California taxpayers over $1 trillion.
The response to COVID started in the Trump administration.
Response
to
find a vaccine.
Correct.
Started in the Trump.
As it should have done.
Correct.
And there were all other kind. I mean, we could go on for days about this, and I don't want to because we got lots of things to talk about.
This is.
But my point is.
The whole fact is you're trying to digress. This is a fact. The facts are they lied.
I barely got
they lied. It's repugnant that they lied, and we don't need to relitigate the pandemic. But they lied about the pandemic. The left lied about the pandemic. It's now documented they lied about the. Fauci lied about the pandemic. People were thrown out of the military. Their careers, Sam. Good United States military citizens were thrown out of their jobs because they wouldn't take a vaccine that on the bottom, when you took the vaccine, you had to sign a statement saying this is an experimental vaccine and there is no legal recourse.
But the bottom line is this, for me at least, which is that government responded, but did not know, as they don't in any crisis, all the facts on day one. And so you saw a transition.
Sam, this wasn't the lie. The lie wasn't released about day one. This was all released. This was like 7 and 8, 9, 10 months in.
No, I'm not disagreeing with you on that. What I'm saying, and lie or not, I mean, we can yes.
Let's talk about something exciting.
You're giving
because I'm right, and you're trying to eat up our time over nonsense.
No, what I'm saying is that government is the least efficient bureaucracy that there is, and that they were trying to figure out
what did my Uncle Ronald say? What did my Uncle Ronald Reagan say? The most fearful words you could ever hear in your life is, "I'm from the government and I'm here to help you."
That I don't disagree with. Okay, USAID.
It's the gift that keeps giving. Sam, United States senators and U.S. congressmen are going to go to prison over this.
Because
they are auditing and they're finding out that some of these senators and these congressmen might have got money directly, mostly indirectly, through all their favorite groups. You know, Political was paid over $9 million. Political was paid over $9 million.
You mean congressmen and senators?
No, Political, the news outlet was given $9 million. Politico, whatever.
Okay.
I know
I'm sorry. I'm just trying to keep us on the correct.
But yes,
was paid over $9 million for what?
They were given to sign so people could access their websites. They were paying the fees for bureaucrats to quote unquote, have access to their website. It's all nonsense. But here's the funny thing, Sam. I'm trying to figure out why all these politicians are squealing. And guess who one of the biggest squealers was? She used profanity. Dina Titus, who's probably, arguably, one of the most corrupt politicians there are.
Oh, stop.
Dina is very corrupt. She's been corrupt. She's as corrupt as they come. Move on, Sam.
I would have to 101% disagree with you.
Then figure. Oh well, if they put her in handcuffs, you'll be buying me steak dinner.
If you have evidence presented, otherwise
that she's corrupt.
Yes.
Oh please, Sam. Everybody knows she's corrupt.
I disagree.
Okay. Well, that's because you support her. That's fine.
I support Mark Amadei and I support Dina.
He's not corrupt.
So
he's funny though.
You so are you. USAID.
Yeah.
Okay, so help me understand, because it is not unusual when, for example...
Sam, if you say it only represents 1% of the budget, I'm going to fly over the table and smack you down.
Okay.
It's
a big table and you're not that athletic.
There are people that I've talked to in the last few days that are so outraged because this might end up being a $200 billion plus scam where these special groups to these Democrats received millions of dollars. And they're small little things. We gave what was it, $14 million for Hondurans to be able to educate people on transgender rights. Why are we doing that? We can't help people in California or people in North Carolina, but we can give $14 million to a foreign. Come on, Sam, that's nonsense. Take care of the folks that live here first. Then, if there's a couple of shekels left after the fact, Sure, go out and help everybody, but take care of your own first.
Okay, so you are at this moment demonstrating a complete lack of understanding about the way the world works and influence. And I've barely said anything in this interview so far.
You're insane.
I have not.
Okay, go ahead. Tell me how I lack intellectual ability to understand world politics, geopolitics, please.
Okay.
Tell me.
You don't think that China expends money on influence around the world? You know, the Belt and Road Initiative, for example, where they are carving up giant chunks of Africa, giant chunks of South America, Central America, building these projects. It's influence peddling so that they have influence in those countries. Russia does the same thing to a much lesser extent. Iran does the same thing. We have to compete on the same field.
I talked to President Xi the other day. I said, "Hey,
Did you?
Prez, have you guys given 12 million, 15, 18 million dollars to so they can have plays for transgender drag queen races in Africa?" And you know what he told me? No, we don't do that.
You know, as somebody from a somewhat minority community, which is Jews.
Me?
No, you know, I'm Jewish.
No, really?
And when
no one knew that.
and when I was raised, my parents always said, defend everyone, because if you don't, then guess who the next group they're going to pick on is. And I think that right now, it's fascinating and
I'll tell you who I'm going to defend.
And kind of scary.
I'm going to defend anybody that lives within the borders of the United States or United States territory. That's who I'm defending.
I'm talking about people, whether they're gay, transgender, whatever they might be. If somebody commits any kind of crime, I am totally fine with going after them. But in terms
Sammy,
of picking on,
I don't care if you're gay or transgender. That's your decision. I don't care about that. I do care when you're taking taxpayer money and you're giving millions upon millions of dollars to gay and transgender people in different countries. It does nothing to advance the agenda of the American people.
Okay. In the future, I think that I have to insist that you come in here with legal paperwork to show me the documentation for what you're saying. And I'm not saying that what you're saying is not true. I just haven't seen the documentation that backs that up.
Well, Sammy, I'm going to send you a whole file of how much money has been spent on all this crazy stuff.
Well, and I don't...
And then you're going to do what you always do. You're going to read 2 paragraphs and go, damn, he's right again.
I have
no reason to lie.
I am going to say, I'm not saying you're lying. I'm just saying you may have misappropriated the facts.
No, I don't misappropriate the facts. Let me tell you what happened.
But across this country, we spend money on all kinds of goofy things.
$10,000 toilet seats in the Pentagon. You know why I was so
budget, young man.
Do you know why I was so
Black budget.
Do you know why I was so angry about that?
Because it wasn't true.
Didn't get a piece of it.
But you know the truth of that was all black budget money that they never reveal where that money is.
What do you think
spent.
the black budgets are, Sam? What would you assess they are? They're about $4.5 trillion. Okay.
I don't know.
Now they're about $4.5 trillion. Now, Sam,
it's a giant part of the economy.
It is actually they're $4.5 trillion is black budgets. And as much as I hate to tell you this, in normal case, you know, I spent my whole adult life in the military.
Yes, you did.
You need black budgets.
Of course you do.
Okay.
But I'm just saying that there were a lot of things that came out.
But you don't need to spend $14 million on and given to Honduras to train people how there should be transgender rights in Honduras. Does nothing for the American people.
Okay, once again, I have not seen any evidence of that, and I know that you're going to send that to me after this program, so I will be able to read about this and pass this on to the audience. Okay, Gaza.
Yes.
Fascinating, and it's fascinating.
Chess and check.
I'm sorry.
Chess and checkers. He plays chess. Most people play checkers.
So here's, and I don't disagree on that. Here's my point, and this was written about by Steve Erlanger in today's New York Times as we record this program on February 6th. He said that even though what the president said was somewhat outrageous in terms of an idea, which is to move all of the people from Gaza to other countries in the Middle East.
How are you going to rebuild it if you don't move everybody?
you will be able to rebuild. I mean, there is no way that the Palestinian people would leave because they know they would never be able to come back. I mean, it's just that simple. The Israelis would figure out how not to allow them to come back. But
nobody's going to accept it, so it's a moot conversation.
And you're right. But here's the point that Erlanger was making, which is that Donald Trump pointed out a really important fact, which is the whole area of the Gaza Strip is devastated and it needs to be rebuilt.
Yeah.
And it's going to be under horrible circumstances, but those people will persevere. But the whole idea, if you look back on the history of the Middle East, is that every 20 years or so, Israel has to do something to stop the terrorism that's coming from somewhere in the Middle East, and it's always coming from somewhere, and
Sam,
wipe it out over a 20-year
terrorism,
period.
I promise you, under Donald Trump is going to end. I promise you that the president is as serious as a heart attack on the 4th of July when he says that Iran will not have a nuclear bomb. It is my opinion.
Do you not think they already have it?
No, they do not have it. And it is my opinion in the next 18 months that their nuclear program, either they will surrender it or it will be blown off the face of the earth. That is my opinion. The Iranian people, the people, are the most wonderful people there are.
Agreed.
Okay.
And they love America, by the way.
The religious leadership are like the far left loonies. They're just whacked out. They're nuts.
Except they're the far right.
I think whatever they are, they're nuts. If they're the far right, they're nuts.
Well,
But I prefer to call them the far left because they join. Look,
but you know the reality of that, which is it's a horseshoe.
you know what's her name? What's her name? AOC.
Yes.
So there's a little report, real quick before we go on break. Do you know that she's worth $5.3 million? And prior to her being, she was a bartender prior to becoming a U.S. congressman.
I think we can go down the list of Congress people and find a lot of people that have made
But that's
a lot of money in
that's
Congress,
bizarre.
writing books and making public
Okay, first of all, I
appearances.
don't
and
think she can
and
write. So
And I'm not defending her in particular. I'm just saying there's a lot of people who made a lot of money. You are right. The clock says we have to take a break because we're about 3.5 minutes past when we should have done. We'll be right back with George Harris after this timeout.
Pro Group Management is the place where companies can find workers' comp solutions that are designed to meet their specific business requirements. As regulations evolve, Pro Group takes a proactive approach to clear the path to make sure your business stays ahead of the curve. Knowing your workers' comp program is optimized, you can focus on other important matters related to your growing business. Pro Group Management, workers' comp that works for you.
A power line is more than a power line. It's maintaining the bottom line for small businesses. It's keeping the assembly line moving for our workforce. For our brightest minds, it's meeting a deadline. It's on the front line with our heroes. And on the sidelines of the biggest games. It's a direct line to our loved ones. And it's a lifeline for the most vulnerable. There's a lot on the line.
The trucking industry is the most resilient link in the supply chain. And for over 90 years, the Nevada Trucking Association has been the voice for the men and women in the trucking industry. From Carson City to Washington, D.C., we advocate for policies to protect our trucking companies and keep commerce flowing. Because Nevada's and America's prosperity is tied to trucks. There's nothing without trucking.
The Nevada Builders Alliance has been protecting the interests of the construction industry for over 50 years. Our programs save members thousands of dollars every year and allow them to provide much-needed benefits to their employees. Our industry also allows Nevada to grow. If you're thinking about a career in the construction industry, reach out. And if you haven't thought of a career in construction, what are you waiting for? We are the Nevada Builders Alliance.
This is Nevada Newsmakers.
And back on Nevada Newsmakers, we continue our conversation. I think it's a conversation with George Harris,
thank
Chairman
you.
of Nevada.
By the way, thank you for always having me.
You are very welcome. For Chairman of Nevadans for Sound Government. So, does Canada become the 51st state? What are we going to do with Mexico? I mean, it's a fascinating situation.
Do you see how everybody went berserk when he said, I'm putting 25% tariffs on? That's what I'm telling you. there's a lot. The Democrats are playing checkers like Donald Trump. If you ever read The Art of the Deal, the whole message of the book is ask for everything,
right,
and you might get it. He knew they were going to buckle under. Of course they buckled under. But you know what that no one is looking at? When that went out and how outraged everybody was, go back and look at those 2 days, okay? The Canadian dollar plummeted. The Mexican peso plummeted. If he would have enacted the 25% tariffs, it would have been a wash because both their currencies plummeted. Look, this is about protecting our country. That's all this is. The guy is he's a lame duck president.
By the way, that's Trudeau on the phone right now.
Oh, yeah, Mr. Trudeau.
He's calling in.
That's not the sharpest knife in the drawer, by the way.
Well, and he's going to be gone here pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Look, I don't disagree with you that negotiation is an incredible skill, and Donald Trump has it in spades. It's going to be interesting to see how all this works out, but you are seeing, as you point out, in a much stronger way than I am, that these countries are capitulating very quickly.
Yeah, of course, because they've been taking advantage of us forever. Here's what's funny, though. I love every time these AOC, they call Donald Trump's a Nazi. He's a Nazi. They're actually the Nazis. The Nazi Party is a National Socialist Party. They are all on the records as saying that they're socialists. They're the Nazis.
Okay. I think that, again, going back to my Jewish heritage, that I think that we should get rid of the term Nazi unless we're applying it to actual Nazis. And I don't think that.
No, I believe as the days go by, with the extraction of the migrant gang members and people that are killing people, you will see mayors. You will see mayors in the next 5 weeks get put in handcuffs and arrested for blocking the job of ICE to go in and take horrible, terrible rapists, murderers, and drug dealers out of our country.
Okay, I think that in the end, nobody is going to object to that because that's something.
Well, you're wrong, Sam, because
all these
liberal mayors are objecting every day. You had a governor of the state of New Jersey go, I dare them to come over to my house. My maid's upstairs. I dare them to do it. And then when they said, we'll be over at 9 o'clock, he goes, there's no maid living upstairs over my garage.
I don't think anybody is going to object to that portion of it. If it goes beyond that, that's when not only.
What do you mean goes beyond that, Sam? What do you mean?
To where you come into restaurants and take people out
Nobody's
of restaurants.
going to do that, Sam.
And that's my point.
They never were going to do that. You know what the president's going to do?
That's my point.
The president's going to announce, Sam.
Hang on a second. We have to go to another break.
Oh,
another break. Right after this, we'll be back.
For 50 years, Nevada Heating has been keeping people comfortable in their homes. At Nevada Heating, call the Do It Right guys and get the heat back on today. Call us today and we'll fix it today. That's the Nevada Heating way. Why freeze for days on end when Nevada Heating can get your furnace fixed today? Call us today and we'll fix it today at 323-5585 or schedule us on our website at nevadaheating.com.
Welcome to the Winnemucca Big R.
Hi, I'm John Walker. Welcome to Big R Lovelock.
Hi, I'm Rich Martin. Welcome to Fallon Big R.
My name is Braden. Welcome to Big R Fernley.
Hi, I'm Kelly. Welcome to Big R Sparks.
Welcome to the Ahern Boutique Hotel, where luxury and warmth come together in the heart of Las Vegas.
We take pride in offering a one-of-a-kind experience for both locals and tourists.
Join us for handcrafted cocktails and an unforgettable experience.
Joel's Chop House, the perfect place to savor views of the Las Vegas Strip.
Satisfy your cravings at the Ahern Chocolate Shop.
No smoking, no resort fees, and the parking is always free. The Ahern Luxury Boutique Hotel is your home away from home.
Welcome to Story County, where history meets innovation and a pioneering spirit continues to shape our future. At the heart of the Tahoe Reno Industrial Center, we power the future with global leaders in technology and manufacturing, driving progress that reaches far beyond our county lines. From advanced manufacturing to tech innovation, our industries are creating thousands of quality careers, fueling a vibrant economy that benefits every Nevadan. Our community is our foundation. Be part of a legacy built on bold ideas and boundless possibilities. Story County, helping build Nevada's future.
This is Nevada Newsmakers.
And back on Nevada Newsmakers, we continue our conversation with George Harris, Chairman of Nevadans for Sound Government. A big announcement, you believe, coming up in the next couple of weeks?
I don't know if it's going to be a big announcement. I can tell you that there will be a structured program within this presidency that resolves the Dreamer crisis that the Democrats have kicked down the football field for almost 30 years. Okay?
Well,
no one is going to go into any restaurant and pull a person out and put them in handcuffs and send them out of the country. It's not going to happen, Sam. It's total bullshit. Let me tell you what we're going to do. If you are a criminal, if you're a rapist, if you're a murderer, we're going to find your ass. We're going to put you in handcuffs. We're going to take you to Gitmo, or we're going to put you on a plane and send you to a gulag that's already said they're going to accept you, and that's going to be the rest of your life. These gang members are done.
Okay, last word on this, because we're out of time, is that immigration has been a problem that has been created and kept going by Republicans and Democrats in the Congress for too long. And if we can get resolutions to even pieces of it, I will be thrilled. But I do love you, even when we disagree. And thank you for being here.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate you.
You are always welcome, my
You're
friend.
a very good man.
And we'll be right back.
Each day, the Children's Advocacy Alliance partners with leaders, legislators, and families across Nevada to improve children's health, education, economic well-being, and safety. We recognize Nevada will be no better than the state of its children. Be a part of this change. Be a supporter of the Children's Advocacy Alliance. For more information, go to caanv.org.
Imagine a magical garden that feeds Carson City's hungry and homeless, teaches our high school students agriculture, creates hanging floral displays to beautify downtown, and yet charges nothing. It's not magic. It's the Greenhouse Project. It's real, it's growing, and it needs your help. Go online to carsоncitygreenhouse.org so together we can grow it forward.
Here on 7 at 7, we're bringing you the local headlines in just 7 minutes.
We've got you covered in the morning, evening, and for all breaking news, in between, and as it happens.
Life is busy, and we don't waste your time. Join us for local news now streaming on our YouTube page.
Southwest Specialties has been making the homes and businesses of Nevada beautiful for more than 20 years. Their experienced designers and craftsmen create the walkways, backyards, water features, and a variety of outdoor cooking areas that add curb appeal and value to your investment. Call today or visit them at their website and see how they can make your outdoor spaces special. Southwest Specialties, creative, distinctive, beautiful. Thanks for watching Nevada Newsmakers, coming to you from the Ahern Hotel in Las Vegas. And our thanks to the staff and management of the Ahern Hotel for taking good care of us as always. Stay here when you're in Las Vegas. We'll see you on the next broadcast.